Okay. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Good morning, online. Good morning. Hi, Naveen. Okay. I hope everyone are doing good. Many seats are empty due to you guys started traveling now on only. I see. Okay, so but we still have classes. I don't know those who are missing, they should attend online or they should go with the recordings. But we cannot stop the class. And did I announce the vacations? Okay, so the vacation days are 13, 14, 15, 16. Enough. Huh? What? Only? Not 1 week. So it is Monday to Thursday. So our declared holidays from Naresh IT. So basically, Thursday, I mean, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is actually what the festivals, right? So for sure, I think on 15th, you guys will not be traveling, right? So for that reason, 16th I gave holiday because on Friday onwards we will start our normal classes. Okay. So tomorrow also we have class. Tomorrow morning also we have class. Definitely because it's mandatory for us tomorrow. Because anyways you are getting more holidays here. So tomorrow we have class. Holidays for what? Dipali. I think you should be from India only, right? You're from Maharashtra. So it's Sankranti festivals here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so this is only for Andhra Pradesh, huh? This festival, really? Not for North India and all. I see. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, of course, South meaning Tamil Nadu and all. But yeah, this I didn't know. Okay, fine, good. So I was thinking it's for entire India. Yeah, come. Okay, good. Anyways, so you have festival and also you have a good number. Yes, a good number of vacation days. So please travel safely and then enjoy these days. I would not say to do any kind of practices and all because these 4 days completely enjoy, relax, meet your friends, families, right? And then take this opportunity to meet all your old friends if you're going home, right? This is a good chance. So basically, maybe for students like you are already in contact with friends and all, but people like us, those who have huge experience where we could not spend time to go home, right? So for us, it will be really helpful these days, generally. Yeah. So happy holidays for all of you. But tomorrow we have class. Okay. Tomorrow we have class. We have Bhayanak topic tomorrow. I'm telling you. I think those who have missed today, they will definitely be missing the classes because EC2 is very important. You should not even miss one single class because EC2 will come throughout all the way the entire course. For that reason, please do not miss the classes. Tomorrow also very important topic related to security. That too. Okay. So let's move on. Let's jump on. What did we discuss in our last class? Volumes. Okay. Let's have a quick shootout. Ready? So volumes are classified into how many types? Two types. What are those? EBS volumes and instance store volumes. EBS volume and instance store volumes. Okay. So if you EBS volumes are persistent or not persistent? Persistent. EBS volumes are what? Persistent. And if you stop and start the EC2 instance, if you stop and start the EC2 instance, data is lost. Data is not lost. You didn't come yesterday, right? So data is not lost. And what is the maximum size of the volume? 16 terabyte. What's the maximum size of the volume? 16 terabyte. And these EBS are billable or not? EBS is billable. Okay. And instance store volumes are temporary or permanent? Temporary. Persistent or not persistent? Not persistent. If you stop and start the EC2 instance, data is lost? Data is lost. So how many different types of EBS volumes are there? 5 types. Just give the names first. General purpose, provisioned IOPS, throughput, cold, magnetic. Now can you tell me the different categories, sing that song. GP2, GP3, IO1, IO2, ST1, SC1, standard. Very good. Okay, so what is the sound? Okay, so which one is faster volumes? Okay, coming to EBS, in EBS, which volume types are faster? IO1 and then IO2. Which one are SSDs? GP2, GP3, IO1, IO2. Rest are all HDD. Rest are all what? HDD. So, and which is the default volume for Windows? GP2. For Linux, GP3. What's the full form of IOPS? Input output per second. Input output per second. The maximum number of IOPS that give the good performance that you get, and also bill also you get. Okay. Nice. What is the IOPS ratio for GP2? 1:3. Which volumes are IOPS configurable? GP2, GP3, and IO1. Fantastic. What? Can you tell me again? Which one are IOPS configurable? IO1, IO2, and GP3. Yeah. Yeah, IO1, not GP2. Okay, it is Pranjal. It is what? IO1, IO2, and GP3 are IOPS configurable. Good. And also, root volume supports which volume types? GP2, GP3, IO1, IO2, and standard. These supports what? Root volumes. So except ST1 and then SC1. Additional volume supports all types. And which volume type supports multiple EC2 instance attachments? I1, I2. How many? 16. How many? 16. If you terminate the EC2 instance, by default, root volume is deleted or not? Answer is deleted. Why? Delete on termination is enabled. Delete on termination is enabled. If you terminate the EC2 instance, additional volumes are deleted? No. Why? Delete on termination is not enabled or disabled. So is it possible for us to create instance store volumes? No. So we cannot. Who will create for us? AWS will create the instance store volumes. So when you select when do you get instance store volume? If you select a bigger instance type, what is that? If you select a bigger instance type, automatically AWS will provide the instance store volumes. What is another name of instance store volumes? Ephemeral storage. What is that? Ephemeral storage. And also, these instance store volumes are free or billable? Instance store volumes are free. All right. So if you stop and start EBS volumes, data is lost. If you reboot, data is lost. No. If you stop and start EC2 instance, which has instant store volume, data is lost. Yes, data is lost. If you reboot, data is not lost, because stop and start, jumpa, no jumpa, jump, reboot, no jump. Do you understand the concepts? Okay. Instant store volumes are local drives. What are those? Yes or no? So it will be connected from the local. And also yesterday we learned about different types of status checks. How many status checks are there? 2 status checks. How many? 2. What are those? Instant status check, system status check. Very good. What are those? Instant status check and system status check. And there is also one more. EBS status check. What is that? EBS. So generally you have only 2. Sometimes you will get 3 also. The third one is what? EBS. That meaning volumes is attached properly or not, it will check. Okay. And 2/2 check should be passed or not? 2/2 check should be passed. Just in case if you get 1/2 or 0/2. Just in case if you get 1/2 or 0/2, what will you do? Just stop and start. Just stop and start the EC2 instance. So it will be automatically available. Yeah. But if you get 1/2, 0/2, can you log into the machine? We cannot log into the machine. Which ones are faster volumes? EBS or ISV? ISV. But there is a risk or not? What is the risk? Data loss risk. Fantastic. And also there are how many instance states? 6. How many instance states are there? 6. How many are there again? 6. If you launch an EC2 instance, what the state that you get? Pending, running. Say that. So yesterday I told you the last part this. Let me again explain. Now when you launch an EC2 instance, immediately to get launched, the state will be initially pending. What is that? Pending. After a few seconds, automatically it will be moved to running. So whenever you launch the EC2 instance, what the state that you get? Pending, running. Whenever you stop the EC2 instance, what the state that you get? Stopping, stopped. Say that. Stopping, stop. So if you go and click on, go to right click and then stop the machine, what's the status that you get? Stopping and then stopped. So when you terminate the EC2 instance, what's the state that you get? Shutting down, terminated. Say that. Shutting down, terminated. Say that. Pending, running. Stopping, stopped. Shutting down, terminated. If I stop the EC2 instance, what's the state? Stopping, stop. If I terminate, shutting down, terminate. If I start, pending, running. Understood? Super. And then yesterday also we have learned about what? Snapshots. What is a snapshot? Point in time copy of the volume. Point in time copy of the volume is called what? Snapshot. Or in other words, what we'll say? Backup of the volume is called snapshot. Snapshots are created from where? Volumes. From EBS volumes. And snapshots are also called EBS snapshots. Okay. So EBS volumes, from EBS volumes, you can create EBS snapshot. From EBS snapshots, again, what you can create? EBS volumes. Can you use the snapshots directly? Can you attach a snapshot to the EC2 instance? What do you need to do? Create a volume and then attach to the EC2 instance. Does the snapshot has any availability zones? Answer is no. Snapshot doesn't have any availability zones. Okay. Snapshot is regional or global? Snapshot is regional. We'll call them. Yeah. Snapshot is regional. And by default, the snapshot is public or private? Private. Snapshot is private. If required, we can make it public also. Nice. Can you copy the snapshots from one region to another region? Yes. Can you share the snapshot from one account to another account? Yes. To take the snapshot, do we need to stop the EC2 instance? No. No. Okay. Good. And then if you want to take your snapshots automatically, what's that? Automatically. If you want to take the snapshots automatically, what's the concept that we use? Huh? ECIL. Okay, it's better not to call DLCM, call it as full form. What is that? Data Lifecycle Manager, right? Because even the interviewer also will not know DLCM. He might be thinking LCM in English, Kamal factor. Remember mathematics, right? So, but it's good for you to remember now, but interview say it as full form. What is that? Data Lifecycle Manager. So using Data Lifecycle Manager, we can create the snapshots automatically or not? Yes. Using tags. Using what? Tags. You might be having so many EC2 instances and so many volumes. How do you identify a volume? Using tags. Okay. And also, if you, we have about the storage tile, right? Snapshot storage tiles. How many are there? 2. What are those? Standard and archive. Say that again. Standard and archive. Which one is default? Standard. And if you don't want the snapshots, then you can move it to archive. But when it is in archive, can you create a volume? No. What you need to do? Restore it to standard, and from standard you can create a volume. And if you delete the snapshots, where does it go and sit? Recycling. By default, recycling bill is enabled. It is not enabled. What we need to? We need to go and create the rules. What we need to create? Rules. There also, what is the concept that we use? How do we identify the snapshots? Tags. Using what? Tags. And also we learned about FSR. Fast snapshot restore. Say that. Fast snapshot restore meaning, let's say you have a snapshot of some size and you are creating a volume. It will take time or not? Because based on the size, it will take time. Based on the size, it will take time. But if you want to use it immediately, you need to enable FSR. But is free or billable? Billable. Don't touch it. Okay. By default, root volume is encrypted or not encrypted? Okay, I didn't say this. That's why it's silent. Remember, by default, it is not encrypted. Say that. Root volumes, volumes are not encrypted. By default, it is not encrypted. So if you want to encrypt, which is the service that we have? KMS. Say that. What is that? KMS. What is the encryption service that we have? KMS. Full form? Key management service. So if you want to encrypt any volume or if you want to encrypt a snapshot, which is the service that we have? KMS. Okay. If the source is not encrypted, target is also not encrypted. If the source is encrypted, target is encrypted. If the source is not encrypted and the target you need to encrypt it, what option that you choose? Copy option. Louder. Copy option. Using copy option, we can encrypt it. And which service that you choose? KMS. Which service, Anna? KMS. And also we have discussed about snapshot lock. There are 2 modes. What are those? Governance mode and compliance mode. Say that. Governance mode and compliance mode. Governance mode meaning what, Anna? You can lock it and unlock anytime. But whereas compliance mode, once you lock it, you need to wait until that period. Can you unlock anytime? No, you cannot unlock anytime. So, and also EBS volumes are created from the snapshots, right? Instant store volumes are created from templates. A template stored in S3. Say that. Say that louder again. A template stored in S3. Got it? So, and also we have learned, I have given 2 EC2 instances with some movie names. What are those movie names? Devara and KGF, right? And if you want to use, both are in same availability zone or different availability zone? Different availability zones. If it is in different availability zone, can you move the volumes? Now what you need to do? Take a snapshot and then create a volume, and that volume attached to the another availability zone. I call it as cross task. Say that. What did I say here? Cross task. Cross task meaning, so moving the volume from one availability zone to another availability. Can you move the volume directly? No, you need to create a snapshot, and then from volumes you need to attach. What is the task called? Cross task. Remember, you should be doing this practical. Right? Cross task. What is that? Cross task. Fantastic. Tell me one thing. If my one EC2 instance in 1A, another EC2 instance also in 1A, now I need to exchange the volumes. Can I exchange it directly or not? Oh, very good. Good. Okay. So with it is the same availability zones, you can detach the volume and then attach it. If it is different availability zone, then create a snapshot. If it is a different regions also, create a snapshot. If it is different accounts also, create snapshots. Super. Okay, so I thought yesterday a little bit, what do you call, more things, heavy I thought, but everything you remember, that's super good. Even I have injected super good. Yeah. Say thank you. I DJ pitch calls. Okay, fine. I was kidding. Okay, no. All right, okay. So let's move on to the next topic. Thank you all. So to talk about this topic, let me give you, right, for every topic, I'll give you the problem and then solution for it. Yes or no? So why we need to go to the topic, I'll explain that first. So assume we have our, we'll take who? Your name only. Huh? Satya. Okay. So assume that Satya is working under me in the company. Okay, assume. So what Satya, I told to Satya, no, whenever, okay, he's working in my project as a system admin. What? System admin. He's working as system admin, and I said, hey Satya, you have a work. 10 people are joining our project. How many people? 10 people are joining our project. So 10 people are joining our project. I have asked him to go and set up machines for all 10 people. Set up their laptops or set up the desktops, whatever it is. They want to use it. So what I did, what he Satya did, how many machines he need? 10 machines he need. So I am putting only few here as I don't have space. Okay, I have here 10 machines. So now he need to install what first here inside each machine? OS. Can you tell me how long will it take to install one OS generally? 3 hours. How much it will take? 2 to 3 hours it will take. So he need to install operating system on every machine here or not? Yes. And I told you install operating system on all the machines and also install some applications also in all the machines, because our project is using some default applications, right? So that application also need to be installed on every machine. So can you tell me for 10 machines, if it is taking 2 to 3 hours, how many hours it will take? So many hours, right? 30 hours minimum, right? Let's say 24 hours is very speed. So what he did is somehow entire night. So entire night he worked. So he went to each and every machine, install operating system and install application. Install operating system, install application. Install operating system, install application. So every machine he did it, and it took so many hours. Entire night he worked. So next day as a manager, I came early morning to office at 11 o'clock. Early morning, 11 o'clock. Managers will come at 11 o'clock, no? Okay. So I came at 11 o'clock and still our Satya is there and said, Satya is with half eyes, right? And I said, Satya, did you complete the work? And said, sir, yes, sir, I completed. Okay, good job. Where are you going? Said to sleep. No, wait. I want to tell something. And I said, 20 more people are coming. What Satya will do? Nee kundira re, huh? Nee kundi, right? So, that meaning, guys, Satya again, so if I said 20 people, so again he need to spend so many hours or not? Now, instead of all these things, I'll tell you one solution. Don't set up operating system on all the machines. Concentrate only on one machine. So here we'll install operating system and install whichever the application. Application mandatory or optional? Optional. If you want, keep it. If you don't want, don't put it. So what you do is you create a image out of it. What is that? Say that one more time. You create a image out of it. What does this image contain? Fantastic answer. What does the image contain? OS. What does the image contain here? OS. That can be a plain OS also. That can be inside applications also. It can be plain OS or it can be a applications. Okay. So, okay, sorry. So you understand here image. So what is the image? Image contain what? OS. Image contain what here? OS. Now that OS can be a plain operating system also. It can be a applications also inside it. Okay, fine. So now what he can do is, now the image is ready with the operating system or with the application. What he can do is, with this image, he can install in all the machine in one shot or not? In our data centers, yeah. Can you hear me now? Naveen, Zakir and all. Yeah, I muted. Yeah. So in our data centers, we call this as ghost image. What is that? What is that called? Ghost image. So previously we used to call it as ghost image. Remember, anyone online experience people? So with this one image, we can set up all the machines in one time. So now if I have 20 machines also, can I complete all the work in 2 hours or not? Where is 30 hours? Where is 2 hours? That is the power of image. That's the power of what? Image. Understood? So what is the image? Copy of the OS. Say that. Copy of the OS is called what? Image. Understood? Now, we need to go and launch EC2 instance or not, Anna? Yes or no? In AWS, what we need to do? We need to go and launch EC2 instances. That EC2 instance definitely need to have operating system. Will you install operating system? Tell me, will you install operating system? AWS has a readily available images are available. Readily images are available. What type of images? What type of operating system that you have? Windows and Linux. What is that? Windows and Linux. So AWS is providing, guys, AWS is providing Windows image also, Linux image also. What we need to do, how many steps are there to launch EC2 instance? 7. What you need to do is, one of the step is to select the image. Which one you want? Windows, select Windows. Linux, select Linux. In Linux also we have different flavors, no? Can you tell me these few flavors? See, only few voices are coming. Let me ask this question. Do you know ice cream flavors? Tell me. Butterscotch, chocolate, Yanela, strawberry, right? So you have so many flavors. Patafat, you are answering it. Now, if I ask what is the flavors in operating system, sir, who knows, sir? Right? So tell me. So we have different flavors in Linux. What are this we have? We have Red Hat. Say that. CentOS, Ubuntu, SUSE, Kali. Like this, we have so many flavors are available, right? So in our AWS, it provides all these flavors. Whichever is based on requirement, you need to select and then launch the machine. Do you need to install operating system? So predefined readily available or not? AWS is providing plain OS or it contains applications also. It contains what? Applications also. Understood on image? Understood online what is an image concept? I told you already, does the AWS provide client-side OS or server-side OS? Server-side OS. All these are all server-side OS only. Very good. So, what is snapshot? Copy of the volume. What is that? Copy of the volume. Copy of the volume is called a snapshot. See, let me see. This is the EC2 instance. What does the EC2 instance has? Root volume and then additional volume. Okay, now if you want to take the backup of this, what is that called? Snapshot. Yes or no? If you want to take the backup of only volume, that is called snapshot. If you want to take the backup of this, what is this called again? Snapshot. What is it called here? Snapshot. Individually, if you're taking the volumes, we call it as here snapshot. But I want the whole EC2 instance backup. That is called image. That is called what? Image. And this image, what is image? Copy of the OS. What is that? Copy of the OS is called what? Image. But in AWS, this image we call it as AMI. Say that? Not AMI. Yeah, AMI meaning which girl in Telugu, right? So not that AMI. AMI gives some millisecond gaps, right? What's that? AMI. So because in interviews they say AMI. What is AMI? Very nastily they will say, right? So some people say AMI, some people say Amy, some people say Ammi. Right, so no different names. Yeah, so because we have different languages right here. So but here call it as what? AMI. Full form is Amazon Machine Image. Say that. Amazon Machine Image. Say that. Amazon Machine Image. So AMI. So whatever the image concept that we have learned in AWS, we call it as what? AMI. So can we tell that? Can we say that AWS is providing the default AMIs or not? There are so many predefined AMIs are provided by the AWS. Understood? So, and also I call template of the operating system is called AMI. What is that? Template of the operating system is called AMI. And another question here. Now what I do, I have this EC2 instance. I have this EC2 instance. How many volumes are there? 2 volumes. And I created a AMI out of it or image out of it. And this image contain how many volumes? 2. How many volumes that you have on the EC2 instance, those many volumes will be there in the AMI. Question, can I log into AMI? Can I use AMI? From AMI, what you can do again? Launch EC2 instance. AMI is like a backup only. Like a what? Backup only. So the copy of the entire EC2 instance is called what? AMI. It can be having only one also. It can be having additional volume also. Let's say I don't have additional volume. How many volumes that AMI contains? Only one. Understood? And whenever you launch EC2 instance from this AMI, which has 2 volumes inside it, how many volumes you get here? 2 volumes. Getting it? Getting it? So what is an AMI here? Copy of the OS or template of the operating system is called AMI. Full form of AMI is what? Amazon Machine Image. From EC2 you can create image. From EC2 what you can create? Image. From image again what you can create? EC2 instance. From EBS volume what you can create? Snapshot. From snapshot again what you create? EBS volume. Understood? So if you have a EC2 instance, if the backup of EC2 instance is AMI, backup of volume is snapshot. From snapshot, what you can create? Volume. From image, what you can create? EC2 instance. Clear? Online, you got it? Again, same. By default, this AMI is publica privata. Publica privata. Private. I told you by default everything is private. If required, can we make it public? If required, we can make it public. And also AMIs can be shared copied from one region to another region. Similarly, like snapshot, AMIs can be copied from one region to another region. AMIs can be shared from one account to another account. Similarly, like snapshot, you can share to the another account. Snapshots are stored in S3. Who's S3? AMI is also stored in S3. Who's S3? AWS S3. Right? In snapshot, I missed one point. Snapshots are incremental backups. Say that. Every day you are taking the snapshot. It doesn't contain the full data. Whatever the modified data is there, only that modified data will be available. So snapshots are full backup or incremental? Incremental backup. Remember for certification question. Okay. Okay, good. So I'm asking, see, I'm telling you one thing here. See, then AWS is providing the default AMI or not? AWS is providing default AMIs or not? So does it provide Linux AMIs? Does it provide Windows AMIs also? Yes. Windows is very common. In Linux, I will be mostly using, in real time, we'll be commonly using operating system in Linux is Red Hat. Which one? Say that. I'll be using multiple things. I'll use Red Hat also, Amazon Linux 2 also. Flavors, different flavors are there, right? Ubuntu also. But mostly I'll go with which one? In AWS. I told you this course has 3 parts. What are those 3 parts? First part is AWS. Second part is DevOps. Third part is DevOps with AWS. So first part, for most of the time, I'll go with Red Hat. So whenever you're going to the, and also Amazon Linux 2. What are the 2 flavors? Red Hat. Another one is Amazon Linux 2. AL2 we say. What is that? AL2. Amazon Linux 2. So these 2 versions, with 2 flavors, I'll be using it. Okay, now assume AWS is having a AMI. Yes or no? Which AMI is this? Linux AMI. Which one am I? I don't like writing like this. Okay, so we have AWS. AWS is providing the AMI. Which AMI? Let's say Red Hat AMI. Now, from this AMI, can I go and launch EC2 instance or not? Yes or no? With the defaultly provided AWS AMI, what I'll do, I'll go and launch the EC2 instance. I'll go and launch the EC2 instance. By default, what do you have here? Root volume. And what I do is, I log into this EC2 instance and can I install whatever I want here? Yes, assume that I have installed here, which one? Tomcat. For example, what? Tomcat is one application server. What is that? Application server. Okay. Now I have installed, I have set up the application inside it completely. Nice. Now I want to take the backup of this. What I do? From this, what I can create again? Very good. What I can create? AMI. Now this AMI contains what now? OS with application. That include here Tomcat. Yes or no? My base image has any Tomcat here? No. So here I launch an EC2 instance from it, and then I have set up a lot of things inside it, and I took a backup. I created AMI, and whatever I did it on the original machine, everything will be there in this here in my AMI or not? Okay. From this AMI, can I go and launch on again EC2 instance? We can launch EC2. And what does EC2 instance contain automatically? Tomcat. So this concept will be using a lot in our course. What we do, we will take an AWS base image and then we launch EC2 instance. We log in, we'll set up our applications, we'll create a AMI. Do you remember auto scaling? What is auto scaling? Scale out to scale in. Yes or no? Scale out meaning increasing the number of machines or not? Increasing the number of machines or not? Assume I have 4 machines initially. How many machines? 4 machines initially. Applications are running. Load balancer, huge load came to the load balancer. These 4 machines will be sufficient. What it should happen? Scale out. City here. Scale out happen, na? Automatically machine will launch. How does AWS know to put your application inside it? Image. Understood? Image. We will create the image and we'll tell to auto scaling group. Hey, auto scaling group, Whenever you're scaling out, that means whenever you're launching the EC2 instance, use this image where I have my application inside it. It will use this image and then launch machine, and automatically we have our application inside it. So we'll be using a lot about these images in our entire course. Please remember. Understood the image concept here? So if you are creating, who created this image? AWS customer. As we created, we call it as custom AMI. Which one? So this one we call it as source AMI or base AMI. What is that? Source AMI or base AMI, which is managed by AWS. Can we create our own images also? But you cannot create by your own initially. You need to take the base AMI from AWS and then create whatever you want. It can be Windows also. It can be what on a Linux also. Got it? Online getting it done here? So these AMIs are created by us. Yes, correct, Nashara. So here first images, we created the image, and what is that image called here? Custom AMI. What is this image called here? Custom AMI. So this image is called here custom AMI, and we are creating it manually or not? We are creating it manually. But there is one concept where automatically images should be created. What? Automatically, automatically images should get created. Like developer come to you and say, hey, developer is saying, hey AWS engineer, I will be putting lot of data in the EC2 instance. Some applications I will install, some data I'll put, and I want images every 1 hour. My process will take the latest image. Will you be sitting in office every 1 hour and create an image? So for this, we have something called EC2 image builder. Say that? EC2 image builder. So when you configure this EC2 image builder, automatically images will be created. Automatically images will be created. Images which are created from EC2 image builder, we call it as golden AMI. What's that? Golden AMI. Bangaru AMI. What's that? Golden AMI. So, golden AMI. So, golden AMIs are created from EC2 image builder. Say that one more time. If we are creating image, that is called custom AMI. If EC2 image builder is creating, golden AMI. Understood? So, there is one question went up. Sir, with the help of an image, we can take EBS volumes backup? No. If yes, why? Answer is no. Zakir. So, sir, I have a question. We created one AMI and it fails for role creation. What would the potential? What? Role creation. What is that? We created one AMI and it failed for role creation. What is that role creation? I didn't understand. Put it clearly, Ritesh. You were talking about IAM role? You let him tell. Ritesh, put it in proper so that I can read nicely and answer it. Okay. Is it clear, Nana, till here, everyone? So golden AMIs. And then last thing here is, see. Yes, you put later. Yeah. See here. Now, AWS has a base AMI and we launch an EC2 instance. Okay, now tell me. Here also I have how many volumes? 2 volumes. And image also contain 2 volumes. Image also contain 2. Now I have this EC2 instance. From this EC2 instance, I created an image. Image contain 2 volumes. Here one important question. When you're creating an image, can it directly log into image? No. Inside it contain what? 2 volumes. How many volumes are there? Those many snapshots will be created automatically. How many snapshots will be created? 2 snapshots will be created. How many snapshots will be created? 2. Online, everyone say that. How many snapshots? How many volumes are there? 2 volumes. What are those? Root volume and additional volume. Root volume and additional volume. For this root volume, 1 snapshot will be created. And for this additional volume, another snapshot will be created automatically. How many volumes are there? Those many snapshots will be created automatically. One twist here. What is the first volume here? Root volume. So for root volume snapshot, what does the root volume contain here? OS. And a snapshot got created for this or not? What does the snapshot contain? Generally from snapshot, what do you create? Volumes. But this snapshot has what? OS. We can create AMI also for this. We can create what? AMI. This is a inner question. Generally, from snapshots, what do we create? Volumes only. But whichever the snapshot has operating system, from there you can create image also. Keep that in mind. Online understood here? Understood? If I want to create an image, do I need to stop the machine? No need to stop the machine, but recommendation is to stop it. But in production environments, we cannot stop the machines. Is it clear, everyone, till here? Online? Again, so I'm repeating this question. See here, when you create an image, EC2 instance has how many volumes? 2 volumes. It can be 2, 3, 4, 1, anything. And if you create a image out of it, image also contain how many? 2 volumes. And when you're creating image, parallelly snapshots also will get created. How many snapshots will be created? Based on the number of volumes. And definitely root volume will be there or not. So if the image is creating a snapshot automatically, which has an operating system inside it, from that snapshot, you can create image also. I'm saying generally you can create volume, but here in this case, you can create image also. Why we can create image? Because it has OS inside it. Zakir, okay? Yes. Rajat, correct. Nice. Is it clear, Nana? So this is what we have discussed here, and I put everything here. And by the way, there is one more topic here, guys. Let's say we have which company? Boom company. Which company? Boom company. So assume that Boom company has a Boom software, which is very difficult to install. Very difficult to install, right? Yes, Nageswara. Nageswara, first of all, put the question to public, not private to me. Nageswara is asking, my people will answer it. See, question is to move. My question is to move from one region to another region snapshot. We have image. Okay, now tell me, images also can be moved from one region to other region. We already learned that. Images can be shared from one account to another account. We already learned that, right? Concentrate. Okay, so see here, guys. Assume that we have a Boom software which is very difficult to install, and you are now required to install Boom software in your company, which is very hard. You need to spend a lot of time. Instead of that, what I can do is, from Boom company as a manager, I'll install and keep the AMI readily available. What does the AMI contain? Boom software already installed and configured. Now what I do is, I will sell this image. If you want to configure from your company, what instead of you configuring, can you use my AMI or not? Will I give it for free? So per hour I'll charge. So not only Boom software like this, you have thousands of softwares available in the market in the form of images. In the form of what? Images. What you need to do, if you want, use that image, launch EC2 instance. Do you need to configure anymore? This is called AMI. What is this called? Full form? Similar concept also we have in Docker. Have you heard of the word Docker? At least don't worry what is Docker. I'm there for you. At least you heard about Docker, no? Docker also we need to, like a virtual machine. Here we are EC2 we are creating. Similarly, there you need to create container. What you need to create? Here we call it as virtual machine. In Docker we call it as container. CCC. So EC2 instance here virtual machine which has operating system inside it. Using AMI we will launch EC2 instance. See, listen carefully. Using AMI, we will launch EC2 instance. Inside the EC2 instance, we have operating system or not? In Docker also, images will be there. With that image, we'll create container. With that image, we'll create container. That container doesn't have operating system. That container doesn't have operating system. EC2 is with operating system. Docker container is without operating system, which is lightweight. That's why people are going for containers now. Understood? So that's why the next evolution is all about Dockers and containers. People are not using EC2s. They are using it. I'm not saying using it. Where do you install? Where do you install these Dockers? Inside the EC2 instance only. There should be some server to install, no? Which server they are choosing? EC2. That EC2, see, EC2 is there, no? This Docker they are installing inside the EC2. Inside the EC2, they are creating containers. Inside the EC2, they are creating what? Containers. But the question is, what if EC2 is gone? What if EC2 is gone? Yes or no? That's the reason why EC2 is managed by us or not. EC2 is managed by us. Anytime that EC2 instance will go down. If one EC2 instance goes down, multiple containers will be gone or not. For that reason, instead of you managing the platform, AWS came up with a service called ECS. What's that? Elastic Container Service, which you don't need to manage the platform. Platform is managed by AWS. Simply go there and create containers and forget. That is the third part that we'll be learning. First part, EC2. Part 1 in our course. Second part is DevOps. In DevOps, we will be learning Dockers, container. Third part, ECS. You understand? Journey, evolution. So I'll not be taking the subject just like that. So there will be a reason of taking that every topic, right? And also, Pranjal, EKS is there. EKS is also there. Elastic Kubernetes Service. What's that? Same thing. Here, if you want to manage multiple containers, we use what? Kubernetes. Kubernetes also we need to install on EC2 instance. What if EC2 instance goes down? Then the reason why we go for EKS. We already completed how many services? 45 plus, right? How many services we learn now? Now just names 2. What are those? ECS, EKS. Number 47. Like this, there are so many. So many are there, right? So yeah, fine. Okay, now let's move to our topic first. Okay, so as now you understand images here. In Docker, we call it as Docker images. Say that. Here we call it as Amazon images, AMI, Amazon Machine Image. These AMIs are managed by AWS. That Docker images is managed by Docker. Understand? Okay, fine. Let's forget about Docker. Forget. No, let's not talk about Docker because I didn't give any proper introduction for it. So just to relate things, you should aware of few things, right? That's why I related a little bit. Okay. If we didn't understand about Docker, just leave it. I'll take care of it later. Okay, fine. So let's move on here. I was telling about this software, these images. So I can sell this image or not? Where are all these images are available? In Marketplace. Which one here? AWS Marketplace. Okay, see here. Image is there. What is image? Copy of the OS. OS will sit in which volume? Root volume. Root volume should be which type? Which type? EBS volume. Their volumes are classified into 2 types, no? EBS volume or ISV. Now you tell me image. Image contains operating system. Operating system will be in the root volume. This root volume should be EBS or ISV na? EBS or ISV na? EBS. Everyone say EBS, right? That is the one which we will be using it. But sometimes it can be ISV. Sometimes it can be what, Nana? ISV also. But sometimes it can be a ISV also. Assume if the image is having ISV, root volume is ISV. If you push stop and start, what will happen with operating system? Operating system last. Not data. Operating system itself will last. Yes or no? Technically, yes or no? Everyone. You have image. Image is backed by EBS volume. If it is image is with EBS volume, what will happen? You launch EC2 instance properly, it will work. If the image is backed by ISV and you launch EC2 instance, if you Pusuku stopped and started, what will happen? Then you will say, not data last, operating system last. Of course, data is last only, but here operating system is last. For that reason, EC2 instance which is launched from ISV images cannot be stopped. Certification question. Cannot be stopped. It can only be terminated. It can only be terminated. If you want to launch it, but you cannot stop it, because if you stop, operating system is gone. For that reason, you can only terminate. So question for you here is, I didn't wrote it here. So EC2 instance which are launched from images backed with ISV can be stopped or terminated. Can be stopped? No, it can only be terminated. Let me write that here. What is that? EC2 instance launched from ISV backed AMIs cannot be stopped. It can only be terminated. You know the reason, correct? Is it clear now? Everyone clear? Any questions online? Okay. See here. Snapshot. What is snapshot? Copy of the volume. What is AMI? Copy of the entire is it included volume also. So copy of the OS is called image. What is the image called in AWS? AMI. So template of the OS is called AMI. That AMI contains either OS or OS plus applications. So copy of the image includes all configuration we did on original instance or not. So you have AWS AMI, which is Linux. From there, you launch one EC2 instance, install Tomcat. From this, what we can create? We can create our own AMI. That AMI contains automatically Tomcat because this is a backup of this machine. So which is created by customer, and that's why we call it as custom AMI. Images are stored in S3. So AWS provide two types of operating system. What are those? Windows and Linux. So Windows Server 2020, 21, 23, 25, like this AWS will provide. So in Linux, what we have? Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu, SUSE, Amazon, Linux 2. Which one we use? Red Hat and Amazon Linux 2. We will use it. Okay, if you customize the app on the operating system and take an image manually, what is this called? If you create images through EC2 image builder, what is this called? Golden AMI. So you have EC2 instance which has two volumes. And if you create an image, how many volumes will be there in image? And parallel, how many snapshots will be created? 2 snapshots. And one is root volume snapshot, another one is addition. Root volume snapshot has what? OS. From there, what I can create also? AMI. So, and one AMI can be used multiple times to launch an EC2 instance or not? We can use. AMIs can be say reusable. AMIs has any availability zones? No, AMI doesn't have any available. Can you log into the AMI? We cannot log into the AMI. If you want to use AMI, what you need to do? Launch a EC2 instance. So by default, AMIs are public or private? If required, can we make it public? AMIs are regional or global? Regional. AMIs can be copied from one region to another region. AMIs can be shared from one account to another account. By using what ID? Which one here? AWS ID. So where are all the public images are available? AWS Marketplace. So images are backed by either EBS volume or ISV volume. Which one we should be using? ABS. Is it clear on the images? So there is a question. Roshan, sir, in real time, which OS we use? ISV or EBS supported? EBS supported, Roshan. Next, Zakir. Sir, what are templates? What templates? Zakir, did I talk about templates anything? No. So if they didn't say anything, just ignore it. Simple as that. Good for your health. Okay. Should I stop it or should I continue? Here, template of the OS, that meaning copy. So actually, I have another topic here already for you. But it is easy topic. Should I take it? Easy topic? I'll take easy topic. Okay? I'll take easy topic. Don't worry. We still have 15 minutes. No? We used to go with 10:45. Huh? See. Sir, why did you ask this question unnecessarily? Huh? Yeah, fine. So let's go with this now. I'll continue. Okay? Because next week, 4 days, holidays. You will not be missing me. Huh? Hey, huh? Okay, fine. All right. So I launched one EC2 instance. What's that? EC2. So we need to log into the EC2 instance or not? We need to log into the EC2. It can be Windows EC2 instance also. It can be Linux EC2 instance also. Now, if you want to log into the EC2 instance, what are the things that we need? Credentials. What is that? Credentials. What we need to have the IP address. We need to have the username. We need to have the password. These three are important or not? So any machine that you want to log in, you need to have IP address, username, password. Who will provide IP address? AWS. Who will provide IP address? AWS. Username. We miss okay, Rashmita, thank you. Right. So username here is for Linux. AWS is providing a default username, and that default username is, say with me, EC2 minus user. Say that one more time. One more time. Because this is the username that we'll be using till end of the course. Because mostly I'll be using which machine? Windows or Linux? Linux machine. So whenever we want to log into the Linux machine, which username that we choose? EC2 minus user. I'll say minus, you can say hyphen minus, anything is fine. Right? What is the default username for Linux? For Windows, it is administrator. Say that. So the question here is, for guys, for what is the default username for Linux? EC2 hyphen user, or it is EC2 minus user. What is the default username for Windows? Administrator. Understood? Next wala is what? Password. How do you get the password? How do we get the password? And then we got a topic here called key pair. Say that. Say that, Nana. Key pair. So key pair is the combination of public key and private key. Say that. One more time. So key pair is the combination of public key and then private key. Whenever you go to AWS account in EC2, by default, we don't have any key. We don't have any key. We need to create the key. Who need to create? We need to create the key. And that key name, the extension of key is .pem. Say that. Say that. .pem. .pem. So here I can create a, let's say, by default do have, so we can also call it as PEM file. Say that. What we say? PEM file. So now Do we have any default PEM files? Answer is no. In your account, you don't have any PEM file. You don't have any what? PEM file. So when you're creating it, when you're launching the EC2 instance, must and should you need to attach the PEM file. Must and should you should attach. Compulsory, mandatory to attach the PEM file. Before that, you need to create the PEM file or not? You can create the, by default, do we have any PEM file? No, we need to create the PEM file. I'm just creating like 9 a.m. batch.pem file. Can I give the name? You can give any name, but I'm just giving a name called 9am batch.pem file. So I created a PEM file or not? Okay, good. How many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? In that 7th step, one of the step is to attach the PEM file. What is that? So whatever the PEM file that we have created, this PEM file, what we need to do, Nana? We need to attach. We need to attach the PEM file. Attach the PEM file. This PEM file is private key. Say that. This PEM file is what? Private key. Then who has public key? AWS has public key. Who has public key? If you remember in movies, old movies or I don't know. I should not use that word. But someone, if two people wants to exchange something, they used to have, they will tear the note. What is that called? Hawala, right? Hawala, right? So if, let's say, for example, Satya has half of the 10 rupees note. Somewhere he will be in Dubai, right? What will Guru will go. And what will he need to give the same, another note, right? Half of the note. And those two matches, then only he will give some sweet. Some sweet, okay? So yes or no? So that is matches. So that guy has public key and this guy has private key. If these two matches, then only exchange happens. Yes or no? Similarly here also. Yeah, so while we need to create the key. Which key is that? Private key. What is that private key? .pem file. Say that. We created a PEM file. AWS has public key. We have private key. And then what will happen is, when you're launching the EC2 instance, we need to attach or not? IP address, we know. Username, we know. Password, what we need to do is, there is an option called get password. What is that? Get password. If we click on it, AWS will ask, give me your PEM file. So upload that PEM file. AWS will match us and will give the password on the screen. AWS will give the password on the screen. If you put the wrong PEM file, AWS will say, I will not give you. Understood, Nana? So this is called here. So can we say the PEM file, can we say that key pair is used to retrieve the password of the EC2 instance or not? So what is PEM file? What is key pair? Key pair is used to retrieve the password of EC2 instance. And if you say that is the job of key pair, if someone asks what is key pair, then you say combination of public key and private key. Do we have default PEM files? So what is the extension of the PEM file? .pem file. Okay, see, I'm launching the EC2. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? Tell me, these are used by DevOps people and these are used by developer people. DevOps developer. How many machines are there? Can you tell me how many key pairs that you create for this requirement? So the possible answer is 4. Someone will say 4. Someone will say 1. Some people will say 2. Out of this, which one is correct? Huh? Okay. Those who said 1, let's take one by one. And those who said 4, for example. For every EC2 instance, attaching PEM file is mandatory, yes or no? Every EC2 instance, PEM file should be there. But how many you need to create for this requirement? So if you take 4, how many, why you say 4? Because how many EC2 instances are there? 4 EC2 instances, that means you need to create 4. If I have 100 EC2 instances, 100 keepers will you create. Let's say you have your home. So in your home, for your home, the main door key will be there. Will you have key for each and every sub door? You're getting it. So 4 is right answer, wrong answer. So you cannot handle 100 keepers. No. Next, coming to what? 1. If I have 100 machines, only 1 keeper. If you Pusukku lost that keeper, all 100 machines, can you log in? Which one is the correct answer now here? 2. So how many teams are there? So I'll create one for DevOps. I call it as DevOps.pem file. Another for developer.pem file. Understood? So now, one PEM file can be attached to multiple machines? Answer is yes. One PEM file I can attach to multiple machines. Okay, now I have this machine and I want to retrieve the password. What I need to upload? I need to upload the PEM file, and I got the password like this. Something. I got the password. Second day, I want to retrieve the same EC2 instance password. The password will be same or different? Password will be same or different? Okay, let me give you your personal example. You have your laptop. Today you have the password, you log in. Tomorrow password will be same or different? Here you will saying correct answer. Your laptop is nothing but virtual machine here. Today you are logging with the password. Tomorrow same password or different password? Same password, no? Okay. Now you are logging to this machine, second machine. You will have the same password or different password? Same or different? Same or different? Okay, some people are same. Let me give an example. You have your laptop, you have your password. And this Papa also has a laptop, she also has the password. Both password is same or different? Now correct. Here, second EC2 instance is like second laptop. How come two different EC2 instances will have same password? Huh? When you come to your personal, correct. Here, technical gone. Right? Okay, fine. So here also you what you have? Different password. So question here is, every EC2 instance has a different password. But when you're retrieving it from the PEM file, you will get the same password. Understood? Super. Very good. So is it clear and chill here about this keeper PEM file? Okay. So we'll be launching Windows EC2 instance also. We'll be launching what? Linux. By the way, once the PEM file you have attached to the EC2 instance and launched, you cannot change the PEM file. And once you lost the PEM file, it's gone. So keep the PEM files very safe and secure. Assume that you have 100 EC2 instances maintaining only one PEM file. If just in case if that PEM file gone, you're fired. Literally. There is another alternate ways I can tell you, but in your mind you should think like, Babu, PEM file is like super important. I should keep it very safe. There is an alternate thing also where we can, but we can do it for 1 or 2, but we cannot do it for hundreds machines. So keep the PEM files very safe and secure. Rashmita is asking, sir, when a PEM file is same, then why the passwords are different? Obviously, that's a security breach, right? So that is how AWS is handling the security. Assume if you have one PEM file, if you know one EC2 instance password, indirectly you know the all EC2 instance password or not? Is that good, Rashmita? No. For that reason, every EC2 instance will have the unique password even though it has the same PEM file. Okay, see here. Now, if it is Windows machine, how do you log into Windows machine? For every Windows, we will be using tools. What is that? Tool. For Windows, in your laptop only, we have something called remote desktop. What is that? Remote desktop tool is there. So using this tool, we'll connect to which machines? Windows EC2 instances. Which one? Which is the protocol to connect to the Windows machines? RDP. Remember starting this? Remember? So for Windows, which is the protocol that we use? RDP. Port number 3389. And what is the tool that we use? Remote desktop tool. What is that? Remote desktop tool. This is for Windows. And another one is for Linux. For Linux, what is the tool that we use? That is protocol. Okay. Protocol is what? SSH. Port number 22. And what's the tool? We use putty. Not putty. Putty. What's that? Say that. Not putty. 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 P-U-T-T-Y. Putty. Right? Putty or MobaXterm. Say that. I'll teach you these two tools. In AWS, I will use Putty. In DevOps, we'll use MobaXterm. I want to teach you two, no? So which one we're using here? Putty. So, but the problem with Putty is, Putty doesn't know PEM file. If you give a Putty, take the PEM file, it says, I don't know the PEM file. Then what you know? I know PPK file. What file? So, what we need to do is, we need to convert this PEM to PPK using a tool called PuttyGen. Say that. Using what? PuttyGen. So what is the tool? Again say, everyone. For Windows, what is the tool that we use? Remote desktop tool. And what's the protocol that we use? RDP, port number 3389. For Linux, what's the protocol? SSH, port number 22. And then which tool we use? Putty and MobaXterm. Putty supports PEMMA, PPK na. PPK. So what we need to do? Convert. Which tool? PuttyGen. Which one? PuttyGen. I have one last question. Okay, na? Assume that I have so many EC2 instances. Listen carefully online, everyone. I have so many EC2 instances. I have 3 teams. DevOps, developers, testers. How many? 3 teams. And each team is having so many machines. EC2 instances. Can you tell me for this requirement how many PEM file you create? 3. If you have 100 machines also, how many you created? 3. These 3 PEM files, who created? You created. Who created? You. Who has PEM files? You. Users, how many are there? 100. Listen carefully. Users are 100. PEM files are with you. And these 100 users want to log into the machines. What they need? Do you give PEM file to them? Okay. What they need is IP address, username, password. IP address they know. Username they know. Password. Who knows? You know. Because you have the PEM file. You cannot give the PEM file for them. They don't know the password. What they do? They call you. How many people? 100 people will call you for what? Password. Good or bad? How to make it good? Think. Will you share the PEM file to users? Is it good all of these 100 people to give you calls for the password? How to resolve the situation? Real-time situation. Think, 100 users are there. They're asking, the password is with you. But they want to log in. They should not call you. We already learned this topic. Fantastic answer. Active Directory. Which one? Which one? Directory services is a perfect answer. Think. Put it silent, yeah. Okay, see here. We have all these EC2 instances which are used by whom? DevOps, developers, testers. How many PEM files we create? 3. How many users are there? 150 users are there. So will you share the PEM file to users? But what you need to do is for all these 100 users, you need to create usernames. Where do you create user? Local users are central users are. Central meaning which concept? Active Directory. What users we call? So add all these EC2 instances to the domain. And where do you create the users? In the domain. So a@boom.com. All these 150 users create it here. And add all these EC2 instances to the domain. And everyone, guys, everyone have their own username and password. Can they log into their machines with their own username and passwords or not? Do they need to call us? Do we need to give PEM file to them? This can be resolved using what concept? Active Directory. This project also will do. Interesting, no? This project we also will do. You understand the concept now? I'll stop it here. Okay? Good. So any questions? And tomorrow, I'm telling you, please do not miss the class. Bhayanak topic. Security related thing of EC2 instance. Very important. If you miss the class, till end of the course, the same topic will come repeatedly. So please do not miss the class at all. Even though you are traveling, somehow connect online or somehow get the knowledge of it. Okay? Yes, so PEM file will be in snapshot backup? No. PEM file will be, so here I have so many PEM files. See, for every batch I'll create a PEM file. So other batch, do you see this here? 730 batch PEM file? This is a PEM file. If I open it, this is how it PEM file look like. Okay? Okay. Take the screenshot. Photo. Understood, Nana? Topics? Today, what topics we have learned? Images and images, AMI, both are same. Next, key pair. Say that. Key pair. Key value pair is different. Key value pair is tag. This is key pair. Key pair is combination of public key and private key. PEM file is public or private? Private. Who has public key? AWS. What is the default username for Linux? EC2 minus user. Windows? Administrator. Take the other one. Okay, good. Good. Any questions online? Again, I'm saying tomorrow, please don't miss the class, Babu, Papas. Okay? Tomorrow is very important topic. I'll revealing the topic also. Security groups. What's that? Generally, I don't like to reveal the topics, right? Because many people, what they do, they'll read about the topic and come and then lead my bheja, right? So for that reason, but still I'm revealing the topic. Tomorrow topic is security group, which is super important. Okay? Yeah. Online, can we get final CC for today? Yeah. So that is all for today. Let's connect tomorrow with the next security groups topic. Until then, take care. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Don't miss the class. Bye-bye.